Throughout history and throughout the world, one of the greatest outlets against tyranny or desperation was the opportunity to move from one place on the planet to another. I mean, it's not only a great savior for human beings that are leaving, but it's a great boon to the people who are on the receiving end, because they get to be enriched by the people who are the most courageous, the most talented. Immigration, in a sense, is kind of a selective process. The people who are afraid and incompetent, they may stay put. The people who are courageous and bold and willing to take great risks to improve their lives and the lives of their families, they're the ones that will move to a place that is completely new to them, completely perhaps hostile to them, where they don't know the language and the customs and all that sort of thing, and they'll do all that to improve their lives. And the whole history of human beings is improvement in that manner. We used to welcome immigrants into the United States. We had a completely open immigration policy, and we in the United States benefited enormously by that. But only recently have we gotten people who are more and more afraid of that. And instead of courage to embrace the newcomer, courage to welcome competition, courage to champion liberty, we have fearful people, fearful who say, well, we don't want competition. We don't want the newcomer, it's too different. And we don't champion liberty because it's inconvenient for us. Well, frankly, I find those kinds of attitudes repugnant and destructive. And the only way to help the lives of so many people around the world and our own people is to open up borders and let people move to where they are doing the most good. Now, there's a lot of arguments that are used against it, but I think those are just rationalizations. One of the biggest that comes along is saying, well, they're coming just for the welfare. Well, that's an absurdity. They don't. My own studies show that when people move to the United States, for example, there's 50 different states they could go to. Do they go to the states that offer the most welfare, or do they go to the states with the least welfare? If they were really going for welfare, they'd all be rushing into the states with the most welfare, but it's exactly the opposite. For a 10-year period of time that I studied, overwhelmingly, both the domestic and foreign-born population moved to the states with the least amount of welfare. And why? Because the states with the least amount of welfare had the lowest taxes and the greatest opportunity for employment, jobs, and businesses. And I look at all the extraordinary opportunities, the great businesses that immigrants have brought. They brought